why are you so, ugh? She's like, you can go out there and look at the sign. Wow. Hello lovers, welcome back to Travel Snacks. Today's journey takes us from Savannah, Georgia to Savannah, Georgia. Yep, that's right. We spend so much time in Savannah because there was so much to do. We get to see a Peruvian-inspired fountain, take a river cruise, eat shrimp out of a waffle cone, and we get to see a beautiful sunset overlooking downtown Savannah. Now, if you saw my last video, you'll know that the majority of the time when I was in Savannah, I spent in the South Side area. As you leave the South Side area and get into downtown, it's just really beautiful. It starts to become that Savannah looking thing where you see kind of the older houses and the weepy willow kind of trees, and it's just really beautiful. So my first stop was to Forsyth Park. Now, this is just a typical park. It has basketball courts, tennis courts, there's a cafe, there's playgrounds, there's soccer fields. But one of the things that it's known for is its special fountain called the Forsyth Fountain. It's modeled after a Peruvian fountain called Place de la Concord. It was put in Forsyth Park in 1858. It is a very beautiful fountain and people come from all over the world to see it. This is a nice place to take a walk. There's a lot of people out here just in hammocks, laying on the grass, just spending time with family or just, you know, riding their bikes. It's just really beautiful. So nice. Okay, just got done walking around Forsyth Park. It was so pretty. I wish it wasn't this cold. I don't know how many degrees it is, but my hands are too cold. I should have worn my bigger jacket. Okay, so on a more sour note, if you've been following my journey since a while, you'll know that I first started out with a different power bank, and that one kind of sucked because it didn't come with a car charger. It came with a female one, which what are you gonna do with that? So then I ordered this one. It's a NextPow. I got it right before this trip and it was non-functioning. So there was a whole ordeal about that and you can watch that in another video. This one was like $100. There's a better one called a Jackery, but I did not want to spend the money. But after getting this and having to go to 3 different Amazon lockers and just trying to figure out how to get them and return them and all these things, I'm just gonna pay the money, even though my funds are low. It's going on sale tomorrow. It's gonna be 15% off. It's gonna be about $212. Ugh, it pains me to have to spend that money, guys. It pains me. If you wanna donate to the snack fund to help a girl out, you know what I'm saying? After all that walking around and complaining about my power bank, I was hungry. And I found a place called Slides, Sliders, and Fries. For sliders, they had a good selection. The Lil Sandy is Sandfly Barbecue's famous pulled pork and barbecue sauce, slaw, and tobacco onions. The second one that I got was the Great Salmon Caper, and this one is grilled salmon, spinach, fried capers, herb mayo, and lemon vinaigrette. For the barbecue pulled pork slider, I asked ahead of time if it was spicy. She's like, no, not spicy at all. So I get it. I take a couple bites. Guess what? Spicy. It was good, but the meat was a tiny bit dry. The second one, the salmon slider, was delicious. I wish I would have gotten 2 of those, but yo, I don't know what they did with those fries. They were bomb, like so good. I couldn't stop eating them. I actually kind of felt like I wish I had a full order, but that would be like overkill. But they were delicious. This place, I give it a thumbs up. I think that if you're in Savannah, you should definitely try out sliders and fries. So on the topic of sliders, why don't you just slide your cursor over and just click the subscribe button and the notification bell and throw a like on it. I left Slides just in time to see a beautiful sunset. So I was like, all right, let me just drive around the city because it is really pretty. And so I spent some time just looking around, and finally I did find a nice place to sleep in a hotel parking lot. The next morning I got my Waffle House again. I don't know why, but I'm just stuck on Waffle House. But then I was like, okay, you only have like one more day left here in Savannah before you need to really move on. So I was like, what's the best option here? So I looked online, and they do have a really nice visitor center, and it's in a really cool building. So I was like, all right, let me go see what they're talking about, because I'm sure they'll have some tips that I can get into for free or cheap. When I pulled into the parking lot, I saw a bunch of trolleys and a bunch of parking. You do have to pay to park if you want to go in the visitor center. However, the first hour is free. Even after the first hour, it's only $1 per hour after that. So it's a really good deal. When you walk in, it's really pretty in there. They have like a huge mural, and you could tell they're really proud of their city and all that they have to offer. And then when you get up to the area that has all the stuff, they have all the pamphlets, and they have coupons, and then they have people working there that are super knowledgeable. And I did get a lot of great tips. All right, my homegirl Pam at the Savannah Visitor Center was a wealth of knowledge. She's a local, and so she gave me a bunch of tips to just run around Savannah with, and there are a lot of good tips. They're free things or inexpensive. She included some food options in there, and there's a dot little train trolley thingy that's free. She told me right now to walk down to the river today because it's a really hot day and tomorrow might be rain, so she gave me the scenic route, all the like directions for that, so we're gonna give that a try. So from the visitor center to the river is less than a mile, so I was like, okay, it's a pretty nice day, even though it's hot. I'm just gonna walk down there.
Wait, 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 wait.
All right, this looks like a cool museum, the Telfair Museum. I went up the stairs to go check it out, but it's $20 to get in. I don't like art, $20 worth. Wow, I like art, but you know what I'm saying. And then I was like, okay, I'm down here, but I can't really get through to the river, and I don't even know if that's where the riverboat is. And so I just kept walking, and then finally I was like a little bit lost, and then I was like, how do you get to this place? So finally I was able to follow the directions and get there, because my Google Maps wasn't really like getting me to the right spot. I am shiny because it's flip-flopping hot today in Savannah. It's sweaty, and I had to wear a hat because of the sun, but also my hair is like frizzle-frazzle. Where do you get, like, because there was like a lot of boats, so I was like, which one is the one that's like the ferry that's for free? And so I go into the riverboat ticket office, and I ask the girl there, and she's like, I don't know, that's not our riverboat. And I'm like, why are you so She's like, you can go out there and look at the sign. Wow. I looked at the little time chart, and I had a few minutes before I could get on the next ferry, so I walked into the Savannah Sweets Company. And this is where they sell the famous praline candy, which I really love, even though it's super sugary. It's so good. And come to find out that the Savannah Sweets Company and the River Sweets Company, I think that's the names, are the same company, but they were a husband and wife that opened it, and then they got divorced, and they were like, no, I'm keeping it. And the other one was like, no, I'm keeping it. So they decided just to have two stores, which I think that's a great compromise and works for us that want to have all the sweets. They have a wide variety of all kinds of candy. I tried several samples. I tried the semi-sweet chocolate, the regular praline, which they're known for. I tried the peanut brittle and some like honey glazed pecans. I ended up just with a traditional praline, and on the way in I got a free sample, and on the way out the guy was nice and he's like, you want one for the road? I'm like, yeah. all that sugar. When it was about time for the ferry to come, then I walked over to the gate entrance. So then you just walk down this plank and then you get on, and it's a cool little ride. I'm not sure how far this ferry is going, but it's free. And I think it's just a short ride. It's run by the city, and there's only like 3 stops, I think. Oh, actually, it's just going across the river. Alright, well that was interesting. That took like all of 3 minutes. And I'll probably just get off and get right back on and go back across because there's a couple other things I want to do that is cool. I listened to what Pam said, and she was like, listen, if you want some inexpensive but really good seafood, go to the Savannah Seafood Shack. And I was like, yes, I'm all about that life. It was so cute. It was just like a little, it was not super little, but it was just like a little place that you could just go up to the counter, order your food, and then they bring it to your table. And I was just like, okay. Now they're known for their low country boil. So you get those bags that has like the crab legs, the corn on the cob, the sausage, or whatever's in there. All these different shrimps and stuff. But that's a lot of food, and I wasn't super hungry, but I knew I wanted something good. One of the things on their menu was the shack cone, and that is a waffle cone. And then what they do is they put coleslaw, fried shrimp, and then garlic sauce. Yes, please. All right, so there's about like 5 or 6 shrimps in here. Coleslaw, it's a teeny bit spicy. And then it's a waffle cone. I never thought to eat a waffle cone with shrimp. And coleslaw. But it's delicious. I mean, if you can eat chicken and waffles, you can eat shrimp and waffles. What I found out is that this building had 2 stores in it, same owner. It was the Savannah Seafood Shack and a place called Below 5, which I think may be a chain now, but I'm not sure. But it was an ice cream place. Fine, but then they wanted to make them 2 separate things. But the owner had a smart idea of using the waffle cones to make this like shrimp dish. And then it just stuck, and so they just kept it on their menu. And I'm glad they did, because that was delicious. Okay, so I was on the street just taking pictures of churches, and this guy was like, yo, if you go up to the parking garage on the 7th floor, you can take pictures from above and you'll get to see like all the churches. So bam. Look at that. This is the most beautiful. Okay, now I have to get back to my car. It's parked at the visitor center, and I have to get back there because the parking is going to be up and I don't want to get towed. This is my last night in Savannah, so I'm gonna head back to one that was really nice. And here we are. Okay, every one of these hotels that I've stayed the night in had a sign posted that said private parking. But they have an abundance of spaces. I think I'm gonna get my same spot as I did the other night. Cool. In the morning, there was one more place in Savannah that I wanted to go. It includes food. So stay tuned for the next video. Snack time. Snack time.